It's that time of year again, time for the annual Boys in the Booth Ball Hockey Classic video. Let me get you caught up. This year, the reigning champions, the No Name Nailers, tried their best to defend their title and become the first team ever in tournament history to win 3 championships in the span of 4 years. However, that proved to be a very difficult task because all 3 members of the Boys in the Booth podcast were on the same team this year, so of course it was rigged in their favor. As a result, the Multiple Score-Gasms and their team of podcasters were able to upset the Nailers and now themselves have 2 of the past 4 championships just like the Nailers. With just 4 teams in the tournament again this year, down from 5 in 2023, the round robin was more of a feeling out process and less of a bloodbath like it was last year, since all 4 teams were guaranteed a playoff spot. Both the Toledo Gators and the Cape Horn Climax went 2-1-0 in the round robin, but the Gators won the head-to-head matchup between the 2 and earned the top spot. The Nailers went an even 1-1-1, beating only the first seed Gators, and MSG went 1-2-0, only beating the Nailers in a shootout in the opening game of the tournament. The Gators, after laying a beat down on MSG in the round robin, chose to play the podcasters in the first semifinal game. That decision turned out to be a huge mistake as MSG upset them controversially by a score of 3-2 and punched their ticket to the finals. The Climax and the Nailers faced off in the second semifinal game where the Nailers edged out a victory by a score of 2-1. And now the stage is set for the finals. So here's the full, mostly unedited game, followed by the Boys in the Booth Cup celebration. Enjoy.
Well, here we are, folks, into the 2024 Boys in the Booth Ball Hockey Classic Finals between the MSG Hockey Club and the No Name Nailers. Here's Abrams with it at center. He fires a shot wide. Armstrong, chases after it. All over Jake Brayton there, who played mostly out instead of between the pipes for No Name in this tournament, which was a pleasant surprise for the team in yellow and black. There's a centering pass in front to Captain Adam James, and he was unable to bury it. Seb Gauthier, the goaltender for MSG Hockey Club. Caleb Uverman in his first tournament, playing between the pipes for No Name Hockey Club. Murray is pickpocketed there by Peski. Down low to Abrams, and he puts it just wide. Adam James on the ball now behind his own goal line, up to Nick Brayton. Ball along the wall. James has it once again for No Name. James trying to slow it down. Sends it up to Josh Smith. Smith can't get it cleanly through center. Melbourne picks it up to Abrams. Abrams with a shot. That gets blocked, and then it goes behind the cage. And James picks it up once again for the Nailers. James with a nice pass. Goes into the corner. Melbourne and Nick Brayton battling away. Brayton has possession of it, then loses it. And Nick Brayton on it once again at the side of the net, and it's picked up by Melbourne. Melbourne with a pass out to center, knocked down by Riley Armstrong, and then a blind pass that's intercepted by James, who gets it down the other way. Smith along the wall. That ball takes a bounce over to Armstrong. Armstrong the other way. And the ball goes out as we get a stoppage of play for a brief moment. So the No Name Nailers, as we mentioned earlier on, looking to win their 3rd championship in the last 4 years. Something that's never been done. Melbourne with it now, tries to get it on net. He does, and a good save there by Uverman, who's been our referee in the past and showed really well in this tournament, playing between the pipes for No Name. Riley Armstrong out there right now chasing after it, gets a shot towards the net that's blocked by Cameron Murray. Expert shot blocker in this tournament. Armstrong, I'll go back to him for a second, looking to win his 7th championship in the history of this tournament. Right there, Cotie with a shot, and that deflects wide. And Cotie will go off for a change there. You know, this is a very unique situation because I'm calling a game here that I'm actually in myself for MSG Hockey Club, which is kind of fun. Jake Brayton with a pass. That gets intercepted by Chad Melbourne. Melbourne with a shot and a save right there. Smith chasing after it with a head of steam. Up to James. He deflects it behind the net. Adam James with it now. The former Westport Rito sends it back, and now it's Murray with it. Off the boards, over the blue line. Now it's Abrams over the red line. Can't get it through Murray, and Murray with a good stick right there to send it back down the other way. Melbourne has it. Over to Peski. Loses control. James gets it over to Smith on the far side. Smith trying to get around Melbourne there. He did for a brief moment, then lost it over in the corner. Here's Armstrong with it now. Armstrong can't get around Jake Brayton. A good battle between those two as Brayton takes over. Sent towards the net. That was blocked. Peski with it now. Makes a nice move. And Nick Brayton able to disrupt him and regain possession for No Name. Peski with it again. Centered in front. That was blocked and held by the goaltender, Uverman. Cameron Murray right there of the No Name Nailers has played in the most tournaments without winning a championship, and he'll look to change that in this very game. Smith sends it wide. Peski up to Armstrong. Armstrong looking for Abrams, who was driving in on the far side, and that's covered up calmly again by Uverman. To give you an idea of the length of the games, we play 2 halves of 10 minutes each. And then at this point in the tournament, if we need to go beyond that, that certainly could happen. Cotie with a nice pass right onto the tape of Abrams, and then the return feed attempt was blocked. Abrams right there to Cotie. Once again, tries to drive it to the net right there. That was blocked. Cotie hanging on to it down low. Saucer pass to Abrams. Good control here by MSG. There's a shot from the near side wall by Abrams that was blocked. Melbourne with a great play to jump up. He tries to get a shot through, and that deflected over into the near side corner. Murray and Cotie battle there for a second. A good stick by Abrams. Cotie gets it back to Abrams. Nice cross-ice pass over to Melbourne. Melbourne with a shot attempt. That gets blocked. Here's a break for James coming in, and he fans on the backhand. He had Gauthier spill in his crease, but James was unable to put that home. Little over 3.5 minutes to go here in half number 1. We're still scoreless in the championship game. Nice hot sunny day here in Toledo. Here's a 2-on-1. Peski with a shot, and that's a goal right there. Andrew Peski at 3:23 in the first half gets MSG on the board in the championship game. It's 1-0 for the blue and white. And that dump in gets covered up there by Uverman. So Peski with the first goal of the championship game. And little fun fact about Andrew Peski, he'll actually be playing pro hockey in Denmark this season. Was able to make it down for the tournament again. James tries to get a shot through. That's blocked. Smith and Melbourne chasing after it. Melbourne with a little push to the backside of James. There's Nick Brayton at the side of the net trying to jam it in. Unable to do so. And Abrams works it free to Armstrong. Armstrong with a quick shot, and that goes over top of the cage. Quick throw in of a new ball right there for Adam James. James can't get it across center. Blocked by Abrams. Gets it over to Peski on the far side. Peski, the lone goal scorer so far in this game, makes a couple of nice moves. And then Armstrong unable to get a clean shot off as Uverman covers that one up. So we get a change here. Abrams off. Cotie is back in. You can see the sweat on the back right there. Cotie unable to strip it by Nick Brayton. He controls the ball down low. And Peski all over him with a ton of speed coming up the rink. Peski, nice little shimmy shake right there, and then fires a shot wide. He had Murray in front of him. Riley Armstrong with it now to the side of the net. That gets blocked. Cotie chasing after it for MSG. Nick Brayton poke checked away by Melbourne, and Cotie tried to get a shot off there, and that was unable to go. There's a quick shot that goes wide of the net by James. Smith trying to center it. That gets blocked. Armstrong disrupted there by Adam James. That goes below the goal line into the corner now. And over to the near side. Here's Jake Brayton with it. Melbourne all over him, and he's able to pick his pocket. Melbourne gets it right there to Armstrong all by himself in front, unable to capitalize. Under a minute to go now in half number one. 1-0 MSG over the no-name Nailers in the championship contest. Over to the near side in no-name territory. There's a good battle going on along the wall between Murray and Cotie, and Murray able to take it away. 30 seconds to go on the clock here in half number one. That gets sent down, centered in front. No can-do from Jake Brayton there. Abrams able to get it up to Armstrong. He sends it in. 12 seconds to go now in the half as play slows down here. Smith gets a quick shot off. That gets blocked. 5 seconds to go now. 3. And that will do it. What a block right there at the end by Adam James. That one looks like it hurts. Andrew Peski with the late shot attempt at the end of the first. So there we go. 1-0 MSG over no name going into the second half. Off the draw, Armstrong able to take possession. There's a quick shot that goes wide. Murray able to get it to safety. Jake Brayton turns away from Armstrong in his own end. Brayton able to get it down the rink. And here's Melbourne with it now for MSG. He's got Nick Brayton in front of him. Peski on the far side. Gets it over center. That gets blocked. Smith can't get it by Melbourne. Melbourne with a shot. That goes wide. And the ball sitting behind the net. So just underway here in the second half. And in case you missed it, a 1-0 lead for MSG over no name. Andrew Peski credited with the lone goal of this one. Here's Murray with the ball now on the far side. Can't get it by Abrams. Abrams charges in, gets a shot off, and a big save right there by Overman. Cape Horn Climax have not won a tournament since 2013. They, of course, were eliminated before this and may consider selling the franchise after this. Melbourne on the far side trying to slow the play down. He's got James in front of him. Can't get it by him, and Melbourne goes back again. Centered in front by James to Nick Brayton there. He couldn't capitalize on that opportunity. Here's Abrams now, near side wall to Peski. Peski with a nice move right there. Unable to get an opportunity towards the net. Back down the other way now. No name looking for the equalizer, but it's stolen away by Abrams. Abrams over the blue line with a shot. That gets blocked and deflected to the far side corner. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Smith with a shot. That deflects wide, and now Peski is on it. The former Brockville Brave gets it over to his D partner, Melbourne, who sends it up for Armstrong. Armstrong chasing after it now with Nick Brayton all over his backside. Nick Brayton picks it up, backhands it up. And here's Smith, who sends it below the goal line, and Peski the first to it for MSG. Peski, nice pass onto the tape of Melbourne. And that shot was blocked by Nick Brayton, 37 in yellow and black. Adam James the first on it now for no name. Right there to Cam Murray. Murray with a shot, and that is a no-go. Melbourne a shot right on, stopped by Overman. Here comes Cam Murray. Murray's shot, that deflects wide. Jake Brayton now with it, with Melbourne in front of him. Still 1-0 MSG here over No Name in the final game of the 2024 Boys in the Booth Ball Hockey Classic. James with it now for No Name. Sends it in deep. Jake Brayton the first on it. Tried to look for Nick Brayton. Little family connection there, and then Nick Brayton sends it towards the net, and that went off the side. Here's Armstrong with it. A bad angle shot, and that deflects right there in front, and Nick Brayton unable to capitalize there. No Name Nailers looking for the equalizer here. Play slows down as Peski flips it down the length of the rink, and Cotie is the first on it for MSG. Behind the back pass right there to Armstrong. And Armstrong holds it. A little bit of a controversy here, probably for icing on that. Cotie looks like he's going to get a change here as Abrams will come back out. Shot towards the net by Murray. It's picked up now by Melbourne. Now it's Abrams on the near side, and Abrams sends it on net. And Armstrong looking to get in on the loose change in front. That was covered up by Overman. Nick Brayton with it now. He's got a couple of white bodies around him. Abrams to Armstrong. Armstrong, bad angle try again, sends it wide. Abrams with it behind the cage, right there to Armstrong, and he fans on the quick release. A good try right there from MSG. Sent towards the net by Melbourne. That's turned aside by Overman. Abrams right there, intended for Armstrong. A good stick defensively by James. Here's Peski, far side wall. Through the middle to Armstrong. That shot blocked by Adam James. Smith with it now. Gets it to Cam Murray. Murray tried to get it down low. Good block by Melbourne, and a body goes down right there. That was Nick Brayton, I believe, who went down as we get a brief stoppage. And no, that was Jake Brayton, the other Brayton out there for the No Name Nailers, who goes down. Looks like he's all right. No call on the play by the looks of it, but the No Name Nailers will take over possession here with 4:50 to go in the second half, and we're back to the play here. And there's a goal right there. James with the initial shot towards the net. It's Jake Brayton banging home on the loose change. 4:44 the time of the goal. We are tied at 1 with 4.5 to go in the second half of the final game. Cotie steals it away from Murray, then gets it away from Smith, and is able to send it back to Melbourne. Melbourne sends it in deep behind the net. Cotie in front of the net, and now it's Casey Abrams controlling possession. And the ball gets deflected down the other way into MSG territory. So we're tied at 1 here, a close game for the championship. Peski with a couple of nice moves there. Peski charging up. There's a shot, and a good save by Overman, the rookie netminder. Cameron Murray is on it now, gets it to Smith, far side. Pickpocketed by Abrams, who has a chance, and he whistles it wide. Under 4 to go now in the second half. We will have overtime if we don't get another goal. And I have a feeling we're going to be headed there. Cameron Murray with it now, sent towards the net. That was blocked. Abrams chips it by his man, and a good stick defensively there by No Name. Then Peski fans on the shot attempt. Here comes No Name with a good chance, and there's a goal right there. Adam James with a second point of the game. 3:15 the time of the goal, and No Name has come back and has taken the 1-goal lead. MSG wasted no time getting back up the rink, covered there by Overman. So late in the second half, No Name has given themselves a chance here to win this game and win their third championship in the last 4 years. We'll see what happens. Josh Smith sends it Down low, it bounces out to Nick Brayton. Nick Brayton with Armstrong pushing him pretty good in the corner as the intensity picks up here with the final 2:20 to go in regulation. MSG down 2-1. Jake Brayton able to win that battle and send it the length of the rink. Riley Armstrong gets it in deep. In the corner there is Abrams and slaps the ball in frustration as we get an icing call there against MSG with under 2 to go in the second half. Can the no-name Nailers close it out, or does MSG have some last-minute heroics in store for us? We'll have to see. There's an aggressive battle along the wall. Abrams with it in the middle. He's pickpocketed. Now it's Jake Brayton with Peski behind him. Sends it in deep. Now it's Armstrong. Can't get it in deep. There's a shot attempt by James and a big save right there by Gauthier as the ball deflected out. New ball put in after that deflected shot. Now it's Smith. Loses control of it. Armstrong with it down low. He's got Smith battling with him. We get a change here. Cotie is out there. 55 seconds remaining. And that's covered up and played quickly by Uverman. Under a minute to go here. MSG looking to tie this one up as the pace and intensity has picked up. Cotie drops it to Abrams. Abrams' shot attempt is blocked. Here's Cotie with it. In the corner. Along the wall, he's got Nick Brayton all over him. Cotie back to Armstrong. Armstrong with a shot towards the net. Abrams right there scores! With 23 seconds to go, 24, excuse me, we have a tie game. Well, there it is, folks. Some last-minute heroics by MSG to tie this game up at 2. And with his 6th goal, Abrams now 1 goal behind Nate Gauthier for the tournament lead, and that will do it. After regulation, we are tied at 2 between MSG and the no-name Nailers in the championship game of the Boys in the Booth Ball Hockey Classic, and we are headed to overtime. And just going back to that last goal, a great play by Cotie along the near side wall. He gets it to Armstrong, the shot towards the net. Abrams right there to clean it up. Here we go. Overtime is underway for the championship. It'll be 5 minutes. Armstrong with it there in the middle, loses control. Peski can't get it in deep. Now it's Nick Brayton with it. Tries to work it in front. That was blocked by Melbourne. Good job defensively. And again, another block by Melbourne. Casey Abrams with it now. Abrams trying to get around Murray, and then a good stick there by James on the back check. James and Abrams battling a little bit there. And some frustration shown by Adam James, unable to get by one of our officials there. That was Nate Gauthier. Armstrong gets it to Abrams, and he puts it just wide. Down low, Armstrong tries to center it out in front. And just outside the blue line, Peski backhands it wide. Now it's Abrams on the far side. We get a change for MSG there. Armstrong off, Cotie back in. Blocked by Melbourne, gets it over to Cotie. He catches up with it. Cotie with a quick shot. That was close. And he puts it just wide. 3.5 to go here in sudden death overtime. We just need 1 goal to end this thing. James blocked by Cotie right there, and Cotie unable to backhand it across to Casey Abrams. Couple of members of the Boys in the Booth podcast right there. Melbourne the third on Team MSG, of course. Far side wall. Josh Smith controls it now, and he backhands it in deep. Melbourne will be the first to it for MSG. Under 3 minutes to go now in the first overtime. Will it end here, or will we see more overtime play? Cotie has it, gets it to Abrams, and a quick try right there on the release that goes just wide. Cotie battling there below the goal line, gets it over to the near side corner. Abrams with control to Peski. Peski the shot, that deflects wide. Another good opportunity there for MSG to end it. A lot of time here for the no-name Nailers to regroup. Now it's Murray. That time disappears quickly. He had Armstrong in front of him. Centered in front, and a great stick there on the back check by Abrams to take it away from Smith in front. Now it's Peski. Slams on the brakes with James in front of him. Peski sent towards the net, blocked by James. We've seen that before in this game. Peski with it now, gets it to Armstrong. Armstrong with a shot, that goes wide. Cotie was there in front, looking for the rebound. Cotie right there, backhand pass right onto the tape of Peski. Peski with a shot, that deflects over top of the cage. And Cotie the first on it. Tried to go back to Peski. He was lucky it got to him. Ball bouncing around a little bit, and Smith is able to pick it up for no name. Little over a minute to go here in the first overtime period. Tied 2-2 between MSG and the no-name Nailers. No Name had a 2-1 lead in this hockey game. MSG with a late goal to send us to this point. Under a minute to go now. Cotie gets a change. Abrams back in. Armstrong all over Nick Brayton there on the far side. Peski with a nice move right there for Abrams in front. And a big stop right there in tight by Caleb Uverman, coming up clutch between the pipes for the no-name Nailers. 40 seconds to go now in the first overtime. Melbourne gets it over to Abrams. Abrams down the near side, chips it by Murray, and gets to his own ball. Abrams and Murray battling. Abrams now to Melbourne. Melbourne with a shot. And that went off the goalpost, I believe. A great opportunity there for Chad Melbourne to end it. James with a shot attempt. That deflects out. And that is going to do it, folks. At the end of the first overtime, we are still tied 2-2 in the championship game between the no-name Nailers and MSG. You can see the fatigue and frustration on the faces of Melbourne and James right there on opposite sides. Here we go. Second overtime underway. James sent towards the net. That was blocked. Turning and firing it there was Nick Brayton. That goes wide. So once again, 5 minutes for the second overtime period of the final game. Abrams with a shot right on, and Armstrong once again in front, looking to clean up the garbage, and Uverman able to keep it out. Murray calmly over to Adam James. And that shot goes in, and some controversy here. No-name Nailers arguing that was deflected in front, as James clearly shot the ball behind the red line. MSG disputing that, saying that no, it was not deflected in. And a lot of chatter going along here as we take a look at the replay. Oh my goodness, look at this. A bouncing ball right there all the way through. My goodness, that is close. So it is no goal. A shot untouched behind the red line is a no-go per the tournament rules. And we play on here. 3:40 to go in the second overtime. Peski with it now. Peski, backhanded in front. There it is! Casey Abrams in front off the beautiful feed from Peski on his backhand, buries it. The man who scored the tying goal and the game winner, Casey Abrams, MSG, your 2024 Boys in the Booth Ball Hockey Classic champions.
Wow, this is actually pretty heavy. Ice out.